Okay. All right. I know there's a lot of different lives going on tonight. I broadcast this in quite a few of the Facebook groups. I know there's a lot of different lives going on tonight. I broadcast this in quite a few of the Facebook groups. I know there's okay. Muted YouTube. So I don't have my laptop up, so I'm trying to kind of look at YouTube and StreamYard side by side on my desktop monitor. And if it gives me any flakiness, I'm going to shut the YouTube off. But I wanted to be able to see how things were showing up. So what happened to me, excuse me, allergies are really bad right now. My daughter and son-in-law are taking Friday through the entire week next week, plus the next Monday off for vacation. And I was supposed to go away for a little vacay. Nothing, no big deal, nothing, extravagant or anything like that, but just to get away. And now with the virus, it's not happening, which there are people that are struggling with a lot worse than I am, so I'm not complaining. But what I decided to do, I looked around my room, and I know I've complained about it for months and said I need to get it cleaned up, So my options were to take everything over to storage and get the room cleaned up. And storage is really full. It needs a lot of work to get things rearranged, and organized. And so I'll do some of that next week. But I decided I needed to just get rid of a lot of this stuff. Plus, I got some old stuff, and now I've gotten some new stuff. So I decided to just have a sale every day except Easter Sunday from Friday the 10th through Monday the 20th. Hey, Karen. Hey, Darla. Oh, Darla, tell her either way is fine. If she needs to fold it to get it into a smaller package, absolutely. If not, then just however she wants to send it. How are you doing, Karen? I've got some things you're going to love, Karen. And I'll show you some of them. I saw a Facebook Marketplace listing today. And I'm trying to see there we go. Thank you, Darla. Maddie has been having a sale, and I've been over on her sale, and I got you some Asian playing cards. She's going to send them to me, and then I'll send them to you. Physically, I'm doing great. I got a much better night's sleep last night. I get lazy about doing all my essential oils. Yep, these are definitely boho. These are from India. And it turns out the lady I met today, I was so excited to get to meet her. They do mission trips in India. And she's been to India 20 times in the last, I don't know how many years. And they go over there for 3 or 4 months at a time. And so she buys things and brings them back. So I told her I was going to put together a list and give her some money. But this is what she had. She used to make headbands that they sold to raise money for an orphanage in India. And so some of the proceeds from the sale of these things I'm going to send to that orphanage. She was a real sweet lady, and I was really excited to get to meet her. And hopefully she might be able to find me a consistent source from India to get some things that I'll be able to do at a reasonable price. The other thing Let's see if I can get them up there. These are kind of big. And to be honest, I can't move in my room right now. There was another sale on Facebook Marketplace, and it was somebody selling fabric sample things. And you know, I haven't heard back from that lady, Karen, with the other Asian fabric, but I was able to get these. And they're not vintage. They may be about 10 years old or so. But these were salesman samples that they would take around. And so that was the blue, and this is the gold. And there's a yellow and a white. And it looks like some dirt stains on that one right there. No, it's not actually dirt stains. It's part of the pattern. It does kind of like a dirty stain right there, but it's not. It's part of the print. So there was that one. And this one. And it's huge. And so this one is in red. Now it looks bright yellow on there. Let me look at YouTube. Whoops. Not let me do that. I can't see it on YouTube. Oh, wait. The lag. I have to wait. But it's more of a mustardy yellow, not this bright yellow that's showing up on StreamYard. That's a terrible lag. But what I'm going to do is have at least a 3 or 4 hour sale. A couple of them may be a little bit longer, but I'm going to do it every day, Friday through from the 10th through the 20th, except for Easter Sunday. Gosh, I'm seeing it in StreamYard, but it's still not showing any of the fabric that I put up there. Yes, all of this will be on sale. Hey, Deidre. All of this will be on sale, and a lot of the fabrics, I've got 4 boxes behind me stacked up, Banker's boxes. Some of it's fabric I've sold before. Some of it, you know, everybody may have gotten, but I'm going to reduce the price on whatever's in those boxes to just get it out of my life, because I have more totes and boxes in storage, and I've just got to start moving those. Why are these not showing up? The fabrics aren't showing up. Have y'all seen any fabric on YouTube yet? I know I'm missing some people. I'm seeing it pop up in StreamYard. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Sherilyn. But is it showing up in YouTube? I don't see it in YouTube. Okay, well, I'm just going to turn YouTube off because it's causing a drag on my thing. So I'm just working from StreamYard. This is more of a mustard yellow. It's not the bright yellow that I'm seeing. Oh, good, Barbara. I'm glad. This is a beigey taupe color. It's got a lot of pretty colors in it. This is definitely like wisteria, purple wisteria. This is like wisteria. So you've got some purples, some teals, some pinks, some reds, a lot of different colors in here. And then this one is more of a cream color instead of a taupe. This is more blue on here. The wisteria is more blue. So these were just the Asian fabrics that, and these are huge. And I have to be careful because they have staples in them, and I cut the heck out of my finger at this girl's house trying to pull them up and look at them. So these are 13, so they're about 24. Another one of those staples again. So I just kind of really wanted to do this, and I put it out there in a lot of the Facebook groups to give you an idea of what I've got. If you guys would send me, okay, this is about 24 by 25, these big sample pieces. And then, actually, let me finish that other thought. If you guys will send me either by email or in the messages here, whatever you might have on your wish list, and if I have it, I will definitely be glad to dig it out and get rid of it. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Michelle. And I was going to show that tonight for anybody that might not have been there. I did these. I call it a snip it because you can snip off the pieces you like. And almost everything in here, with the exception of maybe 3 or 4 fabrics, is vintage. So you've got this pretty piece that I got from Patty that you can snip from. This is some vintage lace. You may have bought some of this, but I put some of this on here, and then I tea-dyed a piece. This is a Battenberg dust ruffle. And so you've got the tea stained and the white. These are the, see, I knew my brain would go blank. I can't remember what that's called. Filet crochet. I had some filet crochet curtains, and so I tea stained a piece and put a plain piece. This was a pretty tablecloth I cut up, and so it's tea stained, and then there's the white. This was a really, really super soft damask tablecloth that was well loved and well washed. And so I tea stained a piece of that and put a piece of the white. Didn't have enough of this to do a tea stain, and it's already kind of a creamy color. So you only get one piece of that. But you get this sheer curtain. It's part of those filet crochet curtains. And I tea stained a piece, and then you get the white. And the same thing with this filet crochet. I tea stained a piece, and then you get the natural color. And then these are muslin, tea stained, unbleached, and bleached. So I put all that on a ring, and they're nice big pieces. So I've got a few more of those left, so I'll have some of those. I did get these larger pieces that I was showing you, but some of the books that I got, the samples. Oh, me too, Barbara. I can't even move in my room. I got little samples that are this size, and I thought these would be perfect to do flips and to do little mini. I watched Treasure Books. I think her name is Natasha with Treasure Books, and she did these little mini journals. And so I snipped this piece off of one of the samples, and then I tore some tea stained paper and made some. I haven't had time to stitch it in yet, but I put coffee stained paper on the inside, and just with one little snip across, I was able to get this. And so you can imagine how many you could get out of one piece. And some of what she had was faux leather and faux suede. And so in playing, this is the one I started with. And then I saw that fabric and I wanted some of that. You can do all kinds of little teeny journals to put with your other journals and to tuck. Thank you, Deidre. So that's one reason I grabbed these when I saw them. I thought they would be awesome flips or small journals. I mean, even to do, like a 3x4 little mini journal. So I have probably, I would say 8 or 10 this size. And then I have this size. You can't really see. Let's see. These are, I mean, I've got a ton of these. What I've got to do is try to get my grandson to help me get these apart. So this is about 15 by 13, this particular book. And then I've got some that are a little bit larger than this and some that are in the middle. I've got a ton of Reader's Digests, and I would love to gut those and get those out of here. I know that Johnny had some shears like this. So this is a shear sample. And I thought these would be awesome to use. And there's some with dragonflies and bees. Not many of those, but there's a few. So I think I have, altogether, I probably have about 20 different books. So that's something new. This is something new, all the boho trim. I have 3 quilts. I can't bring them in here right now and get them on my desk, but they are really old. They look like, I know that one of them, they're in bad shape. I'm just going to tell you up front, they're in bad shape, but they're beautiful. Not beautiful as far as the colors and things, but they're old, beautiful quilts. The back of one of them is pieced together with big pieces of flour sack. One of them, the predominant front of it is a flower pattern that looks like it might be flour sack. So I grabbed those. They weren't, I got a good price. So I'll have those, and we'll chat with whoever is in the sale at that time about whether we cut them up or let them go as is. I've got some wallpapers I'd like to get rid of. I'll give you a really good price. And so I'm just really trying. I'm going to confess, and I know y'all understand, I have a tendency to hold back stuff. And I just can't do that. I'm getting very depressed and frustrated because I can't do anything creative because my room is stacked full with all this stuff. I have too much stuff. And then I do what I did tonight, and I go out on Maddie's channel and I buy a bunch of cards, which at least they don't take up as much space as some of this other stuff. So I am planning, I hope, the plan is to have these sales and make enough money to go ahead and be able to get a different car. I'm driving a 2004 Toyota Highlander that has 219,000 miles on it, and it's in rough. It's not a bad car, and I'm not complaining about it. But what my desire is while I'm living here with my daughter, to go ahead and get a newer car with low miles and get it paid for really quickly, and let that be the car that's going to last me the next 10 or 15 years. Because I don't need a new car. I'm not even looking for a new car, just a newer car. And I'm going to get a van. So that's the plan, and that's the reason that I'm pushing to do this, because while the interest rates are super low with this whole thing going on with the virus, I thought it would be the best time for me to try to do it. And so that's my hope, that I can clean my room out. My daughter will be much happier. They get very frustrated when they come in here. And I'll be much happier because I can actually sit down and do some creative things at night instead of just moving stuff around. So isn't this awesome? Let me show you some of these. I've gotten the measurements on some of them. That's what I was doing while I watched Maddie. So you can see that's open in there. So none of these are the huge beaded, the extravagant trims that they put on sari, but they're still all really very pretty and great for boho. Here's another one. And so tomorrow I will finish off measuring and having, and that's a gold, not a yellow. I don't know what it's showing up on YouTube, but it's a gold. I like this one, and I'll be keeping just a little bit of each one. This is a narrow one, but it's got the flat back pearls on it and little faux stones right there. This is another narrow one, but it's really pretty. And I think this is not the same thing, but it's got the same colors in it. So I have different links on different ones. Oh, hey, Dorinda. I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on this to see who else comes in. And, you know, my thought is people may be able to come back and watch it later, and that's fine. That was really what I wanted to do, to give people an idea of what I would be selling. Now, once I get these, the fabric samples, the other fabric done, however many sales that takes me to do, I have a huge pile, probably 4 feet tall, of vintage linens, and those need to go. So, and once I can get those out of the way, then I can get to the papers underneath my desk that are all vintage papers. And I'll be keeping some of those, but I have too many, and I need to get rid of some of them. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way again. So this is just like this red one. And this is it's a true green. It's not a teal that is showing up on my screen. This is another narrow one, but it's really, really pretty. I really like this one. So she had some beautiful things. She had a beautiful piece on her dining room table, and it was just gorgeous. And I said, "Do you have any more of those?" And she laughed and said, "No, but I'll be going back." And I had an opportunity to chat with her for a little bit. They were in India, and her daughter kept, and they were busy in ministry in this orphanage, and they don't have the technology and the communications like we do. But her daughter kept telling them, "You need to get out. You need to get out." And they finally changed their tickets, and they got on the flight the day before they cut off all the transportation. So they just made it out of India. Let's see if I can get that up higher where you can see it. Isn't that pretty? It's not something you have to stitch underneath. It's something you can stitch right on top. It's got a pretty decorative in that. And then there's this one. And I didn't take these apart and count, and I'll do that. I just haven't had time. I literally picked these up at 5:30 today. And this is similar, but it's black and that's navy. And this is a little bit narrower. I have 2 of these. Isn't that pretty? But she used to make headbands and would sell those to college students and send the money to this orphanage. Hey, Abril. So just showing off some of the stuff I picked up today and talking about what I'm going to be trying to get rid of. And if you have a wish list, put it in the comments, or send me an email, either one. And I'm getting a notebook together, actually on my phone. I'm going to put it on my phone so I have it with me, because I write things down on sticky notes like this one. She's looking for elephant stuff, but I want to start putting it on my phone. And that way when I'm out somewhere, I can pull it up. Let's see if I can pull that out. Hey, Abril. I said that once already, I think. Hey, Deb. Mousy Deb. I get so distracted. I tell you what, by the end of the day with this toddler, I feel like my brain is going to explode. But he is worth it. So I'll have my links and prices on all these ready on Friday. I'm going to start off with these because I need to get them out of the way. I'm keeping some of these. So I'm going to show it to you because I'm going to have a little bit of this, but probably I've only got 4 yards. So I'm probably going to only have 3 yards of that one. And this is similar. Same thing with this one. I only want 1 yard. I don't need any more than that. But I'm going to show you just a little bit. This was in the faux leather and suede bundle that I got. And this is just some of the, I want you to see some of the styles. And so you could do a front out of this on a traveler's journal by putting it on something, or you could do a little small book. Or you could do like me and cut it and do several of the little books. There's a huge variety of colors. I mean, this is just a small fraction of what they had. And this is the kind that I used, that I did that little piece off of. I used a different one. So that's in those. But there's some that are, there's no real silk, but there's some that are faux silk. And they're very similar to these. I mean, this is a kind of a faux silk. And there's some that are bigger than this. But what I've got to do is get this apart. I don't want to have to cut it right there because I know there's at least another 1/2 inch of fabric. But if my grandson can't do it, then I may just have to take my knife and cut it to free it. Some of these I'll be more than happy to sell the entire block. So keep that in mind. And then let's see. All right, I showed you one. Here's another. Let me get these out of the way real quick. Oh, and Karen, and anybody that's really into the Asian, I picked up 2 new fabrics today. I stopped by Joann's on my way home from picking this up. And I was looking, I was hoping they might have some more of that peacock, the white peacock, but they didn't. Move this, guys, ladies. Pop that one up there. This one would be good for, but I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired tonight. Between the pollen and the dust in here and the cats, I'm not breathing well. And so it makes me a little brain foggy. This would be great for like small carpetbagger. I mean, these are fair size. You couldn't get a huge, but you could get a, you know, a decent carpetbagger out of that. And then it's got the coordinating fabrics that you could do smaller things inside with. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I'm a fool for you guys. I'm telling you, I see stuff and I think, oh, everybody's going to love that. And I could get it. So, but stopping by Joann's, I was looking for the peacock on white that I had found, and they didn't have any. But I spotted this, and it's got a gold thread running through it here and then around. And I thought that was really pretty. And then I only got a small amount, but if there's a tremendous, you know, everybody wants it, then I can go back and get more because they still had a good bit. And then they had this one. So I always, when I see Asian stuff, I think of Karen, but I know other people are doing Asian things sometimes as well. Hey, Deborah, how are you? The only peacock that they had, and I didn't really show this before, I had gotten the white. Let's see if I can get this up there so that it's right side up for you guys. It's the peacock on blue. And now this is showing up pretty true on StreamYard, but even on StreamYard, you're not seeing all the pretty greens and turquoises in here. It's beautiful fabric. And it has a little bit of gold, but it's not over the top. You've got gold around the feathers and some in the flowers and around the edges, but it's not gold over the top. And then I had a little bit of this, but I got another small piece in case we have peacock lovers. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And then everybody loved that other bee fabric that I got. And I got a little bit of this. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see the bees. It's a little different. The other one didn't have the gray in it that this one does, and it doesn't have big bees. It's more about the hive and small bees. So there again, I got a little piece of that. I still have a little bit of the botanicals left, and I have a very little bit of the other peacock. So I could do small pieces on that, but that's it. Let me show you the other peacock. If I don't drop this whole thing on top of me. Let's see. This is the one Johnny teased everybody with today. And I don't have much of this. This is the other bee fabric I was talking about. It's a little bit lighter, brighter. It's got the bees and the little honeycomb background. I've got a little bit more of that. Midnight sale. Y'all, I have to get up with a 3-year-old in the morning. If I didn't have to get, now tomorrow night, we'll see, tomorrow night Patty's selling, but I don't have to get up with him on Friday. So I'm going to get an early start on Friday at 10 o'clock. And if you will, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you would subscribe and click the bell, I'm going to go ahead and do like the next 4 days of sales with the times. And I'll go ahead and tell you the times now if you want to write them down. On Friday, I'm going to sell from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We might go a little longer than that. We might cut a little shorter. It just really depends on how many people and that kind of thing. That's Friday. Saturday, I'm going to do 4 to 9 because I know that Natasha sells in the morning. And then I'm not going to sell on Easter Sunday. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday the following week, the plan is to sell from 10 to 3. I don't know if other people are selling. I tried to check around out there, but it's hard with the toddler to sit down in front of the computer. So if I'm conflicting with somebody, I apologize. If you know that somebody's selling at a particular, but at that time during the week, please let me know, and I may adjust my schedule if I can. I picked this one up and I showed it to you, Karen, but I don't know if you saw it. And I've got enough of this that I can share a good bit, and I can get a little bit more. But this has got the gold in it as well. I'm going to hold it up, and you can see the peacock feathers right there. So you've got the row with this design, peacock feathers in that, and then you get the row with this. And I actually thought about doing some 3-yard strips, like doing this is a strip, this is a strip, This is a strip like that, and then doing some fat quarters. So y'all just pretty much, you got this one, or did you get the B one? And hey, Brenda, I don't think I said hey to you. So I've got a little bit of this one. These are the new ones. And like I said, I've got some of the other ones that I've sold in the past, probably 6 months ago or longer. And I would like to go ahead and get rid of some of those. So I'm going to do much lower pricing on those. These newer ones, I have to do the $3 a fat quarter because I've paid a higher price for it. And they've stopped doing the really great sales. So I know that one of the managers at our Joann's. Oh, and our Hobby Lobby is closed right now. I went by there tonight. I was going to stop in there before I came home, and they were closed. And they said they'll reopen when things change, but we'll see. Let me show you some of the other. I don't think I showed this one. I know I showed at least a couple of Asians. No, I did show this one. I did show this one. It's got the taupe and the cream. So, but there's some others. Let me pull those up real quick. Let's see if I can get a handful. I would take the camera down and show you my space, but I would be very embarrassed. So I'm not going to. I think there's just one piece of this one. There are a few that there was just one piece. This is one of the silks, and it's partial silk. Let's see. It is 58 polyester, 42 silk. And so there's one large piece, very large piece, and then there's smaller pieces that show the different colors. So I haven't done anything like these before, so I'm not real sure how to do it, but we'll figure it out. What I may do is take this apart and just do one, like A, B, and C with the different colors, and that way people can get the colors that they're looking for. I liked this one. It's got a lot of texture to it. I don't have my overhead light on tonight. I guess I could do that because this doesn't really have a lot of glare on it. I didn't have the other lights over there on either. So there's a lot of different colors in this with this pretty pattern. So that's a fair size. So some of these things will take a little bit longer than others by doing the A, B, and C. And this is similar to the other one. It's just some different colors. And this young girl inherited some of this from, family stuff, and just really wanted to get rid of it. And I have somebody I'm supposed to meet tomorrow who has some vintage fabrics. I thought this one was really pretty. Yes. Well, all of these came off of Facebook Marketplace. That's what I thought on all of this, is either journal covers or fabric flips or just any number of different things. I've got to get my room cleaned up so I can get my sewing machine out and start making some masks. We don't have any. My daughter's working. She works for a hospital. And here's a little bit more Asian. I knew there was some more. This is more of a muted pattern. And this is, I would say, more of an oatmeal color with a little bit of a taupe run through it. And then it's in this color. sometimes the pattern doesn't fall where you could really, like this one, you could do a cover on this one because you could have the front here and that could be the back. And then you could do fabric flips with some of the other pieces, but some of the others don't fall as nicely. And then this is another Asian toile. So this is kind of a golden color and red. And they're in a tan and brown. And this is a tan. It's not a tan, it's more golden than tan. And green. And that brown and red again. It's different. So this is more of a golden color. This is more of a brown. And so I'll pull these out and I'll have measurements. I'll take all these apart and have them ready. And I'm going to start with that trim on Friday. No deals? Well, what did you get, Lucy? What kind of car? And I thought this was really pretty. The different Fabergé eggs. You could put a little bit of a lightweight interfacing, not interfacing, like the fusible stuff, and fussy cut if you like to fussy cut. What'd you get? What kind of car? And here it is on black. I really like the way it pops on the black. And that was the only two. Honda CR-V. Yeah, I've got a Toyota, and I bought it secondhand. It's a 2004, and it's got 220,000 miles on it. And it's still in good running condition. I just put 4 new tires on it. But what I want to do while I can is to get something newer. I want a van. I want a Toyota Sienna van. And one of the reasons is there are times and there are places that I go with the little one that I would like to be able to open the side door, get both of us in, close it, lock it, be able to get him in his seat, and then I can just scoot over into the front. It's a scary world sometimes. And so I just would like to have that. And not only that, in the Highlander, I have to climb up into the back to get him in his seat. And so here I am with the door open. I'm stuck half out of it, and I'm trying to get him in his seat. And I just feel too vulnerable sometimes. I'm not a spring chicken. I mean, I would fight tooth and nail if somebody tried to grab that child out, but I'm not a spring chicken. So I'd rather have just a little bit more security, I think. These would also make awesome, I said the word before, carpetbagger. A lot of our stores are closed. Joann's is still kind of hanging in there. They're closing early. Only 10 people can come in the store. But like I said, the Hobby Lobby closed. Michael's was still open the other day, but they were only letting 10 people in the store. But our county, we have 227,000 people, residents, and we have less than 100 people with the virus. And so if I were living in downtown Atlanta, I would be acting in a totally different way. I wouldn't be going out and doing any of this stuff. But I have a greater chance of catching it from somebody at the grocery store than I do going out to somebody's house. And I thought this was really pretty too. Now, I don't know what it's showing up on YouTube, but this is a much browner background, kind of a chocolate. light chocolate, but it's showing up almost as a khaki on StreamYard. The reds are showing up really pretty. Actually, a little more vibrant than the fabric actually is. It's just a little bit, if it's showing up very vibrant. This is not as vibrant as I'm seeing on StreamYard. Well, I want a van because I still want to be able to go picking and finding things. And the other reason is there are 5 of us. And if we needed to go somewhere together, we have to take 2 cars. And it's cramped because they have a Jeep, a 2-door Jeep, and then my daughter has a Honda Pilot. So if we're all going somewhere in one of those, it's really cramped. This one's really pretty. So y'all can see just a little bit. I mean, I can show you hundreds more in the books and things, but I've got to get to bed soon. He gets up ready to rock and roll. I thought this one was really pretty. And I felt like with this, you can get a little bit of the flower in it, but you also got a lot of the greenery, and you've got I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that little pattern in there? It's like woven in. So it's got a lot of different options on the piece. And there it is in yellow. And then it's got the flower. It's like a, I can't think of the, jacquard? That's not the right word. But it's like it's woven in it. This one's a lot more muted, in more muted tones. So there's only 3 of those. And then this is the last big one that I have. And then I've got all the books. And what I'll do is start piling the books up here and just let you see the top. And then cut this short. I really liked that one. That's the one that caused me to pull this one out. I don't grocery shop, Lucy. My daughter and son-in-law do all that, and I don't cook. He's picky. I cooked a couple times, and he rolled his eyes, and I said, "Oh, that's it. I don't want to cook. I don't like to cook. I cooked for 30-something years for my family. I don't want to cook." And so I don't. Occasionally I'll go into the store for them, but it's just like to pick up 1 or 2 things. So I did all that. I've been there, done that. I don't want to do it. So, and if you're going to roll your eyes, I'm sure not going to cook for you. So here's one of the books. I'm just going to kind of flip through it. So you've got a larger piece and then a couple smaller pieces, and they coordinate. And Karen, if you're still out there, I'll try to get in touch with that lady again about the other fabric. I've still got a couple of larger ones, but I'm not going to pull those out right now. I'm going to show you some of these others real quick and then call it a night. See if I can get this. Let me move my keyboard out of the way. See, my desk is a mess. My whole room is a mess. My whole room is like this. So this is a fair size piece, and then when you get down into the book, they're bigger. But these coordinate. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Now, what's that? Moire. Moire. This has a moire look to it. Well, it's not my house, Lucy, so I don't claim any of their mess. I only claim my space mess. And it's so funny. Liam comes in here and he's turning into a little cleaner. He wants to clean everything, which means he wants to sweep or vacuum. So he came in here the other day and I had been cutting up wedding dress. And there were little bits and pieces on the floor around me. And he says, "Your room is a mess again. I'm going to have to clean it up." So he went and got the broom and the dustpan. I was like, you have at it, little one. But you can see how really pretty these coordinate together. And this is cotton polyester. But this has that moire look to it. Well, I didn't have anybody to blame. I don't blame anybody for my mess in here. But the rest of the house is not my problem. And my daughter's other son, my other grandson, is 20. He'll be 21 this summer. And he lives here. And I have to share a bathroom with him. And I don't clean the bathroom up. He has to do it. I'm neat. I don't leave a mess. And I'm not cleaning up after a 21-year-old. So let me throw some of the other ones up here and let you have a look. I'm trying to be kind of choosy because I can't put them all up there. But here's another one. I'm just going to let it flip down. These are a little heavier. This is more upholstery. There's some drapery in there, but it's mostly upholstery. Some really pretty stuff. Did I put this one up there? I don't think I did. This is 62 cotton, 38 polyester. I thought that was really pretty. I see that piece. You don't really get much flower, but that would be pretty to use as a flip. So I'm flipping fast so I can grab another one. You'll get a better look during the sale. I'm going to also I've got 3 wedding dresses. One of them is vintage. The other 2 are newer. Neither one of them have a ton of, they don't have the fancy embellishments. They're beautiful and the embellishments are pretty. But it's not like the really pretty beaded stuff that Katie had. And one of the things I'm toying with, hey Patricia, I heard everybody saying Patricia, but then I didn't say hi. Hi Patricia. Isn't this pretty? And this is kind of an apricot color. And these are lightweight, more drapery. Okay. What else do I have? What else do I have? These are smaller. You can see the difference in the book. But still enough to do like a traveler's notebook easily. And these have a texture. Let's see if I can get it up there. That little, the little stripe in there has got a tiny cording that runs through it, and it runs up and down. And the same thing on the stripe. You can feel it. And it's got a lot of pretty colors in it. And I've got several of these books, and it's like it's different seasons. So y'all pray that I can get my grandson to help me with that. This one it's a fairly lightweight fabric, but it's got this thick. Can you see it? Like a fuzzy line through it. And then you get the little ones. So I've never done anything like these before, so we're just going to wing it and do the best we can, and hopefully everybody will get something that they really love. This one is called Kimono. I didn't see an overly Asian theme to it, but these are 96 polyester, 4% viscose. So they're nice and light. I wouldn't wear it because I don't like anything that's not cotton, but it'd be pretty to use for flips and things in a book. It's got that trim on it. Let me just do it this way. And see, you've got all these small ones that have all this pretty. There's a black with that. And I don't know if you can see that from here. Let me try to get it up there. See how thick that is? So it's pretty unique. So a lot of pretty colors in here on that. Same thing on this side, it's just different colors. Sorry, I'm moving fast, ladies. I have to get to bed and sleep by 12:30 because he gets up not too early, but pretty early. It depends. Some days he sleeps later, but it's never on the days that I need for him to do that. Let's see. Oh, I've got this one. Ralph Lauren. Let's see. 100% cotton. Got some boats and ship's wheels. Stripe. Cable knit. That's pretty. So you're kind of seeing a mixture of what I'm going to have. Lots of fabric. So I'm going to try to just stick with fabric on Friday. And then go from there. If we go through, whoops, look at, sorry. I might send y'all off into outer space. I just was typing in something that might just take us to a whole other planet. So I'm going to call this quits tonight. Like I said, though, if you've got certain things that you're looking for, send me an email, put it in the comments, put it on my YouTube, however you'd like to do it. And I'm going to put it on my phone. I've got the notebook thing on my phone. And then when I'm out finding things, I can pull that up. And if there's something specific, I can have that on my mind while I'm looking. Friday is going to be 10 to 3. We might go a little bit later. It just all depends on the group and if we need to. I don't have the baby at all. I do need to get some other things done, but 10 to 3 is what I'm planning for Monday through Fridays. Saturday 4 to 9. I'm not doing Easter Sunday. The following Sunday, I'll do 3 to 6-ish, 7-ish. It just really depends on how fast we go through everything. Thank you, Arlene. I need angel kisses. And then Saturdays are going to be 4 to 9, 10-ish. And my times between the sales, from before 10 o'clock and after I end, will of course be getting everybody's things organized so that I have everything in order. And then at the end, I'll just add everything up, and it'll probably be midweek to maybe even the next weekend before I get invoices out. Lucy, I had 2 art studios, one at my house and one at my church. And I have art supplies in storage. And I'm bound and determined to eliminate one storage unit. Just absolutely, it's got to go. It's ridiculous to have 2 storage units. So, hence the reason for not moving any of the stuff over to storage, but just getting you guys some good deals and getting it out of here. Well, when I'm tired, I have a tendency to babble. So, I'm going to say good night. I'm going to say God bless you. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all have a good night's sleep tonight. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you Friday. Unless I see you on Patty's channel tomorrow night. Good night, all. That's the problem, Lucy, with storage. You put stuff in there and then you forget about it. And so I'm just trying to let go. If in the future I find myself moving somewhere else where I need more furniture, God will provide me with what I need. I'll find what I need, and it'll be the right thing for that place. So it's just time to lighten up and stop paying all that money out in storage for stuff that I don't need to keep. Oh, yeah. Well, there's always that. There's always other people's stuff in there. All right. Love you guys. You have a good night. I'm hitting the end button. Bye-bye.